most people we work with, and everyone calls them a savant. Bach is a savant, and Chris is a savant, and Jenny is a savant. But really, they're no different than many other kids. They just, at some point in time, somebody made a determination that they would get them this device with semantic compaction and Minspeak on it, and that device led to their ability to be spontaneous and generative and interactive.
I would.
Hey, when I met you, you were biting yourself and all that.
My name is Cindy Halloran. I'm an occupational therapist by trade, but I work for Prentke-Romich Company through the Center for AAC and Autism.
I'm John Halloran. I'm a speech pathologist and I work for the Center for AAC and Autism. You know, I mean, the hardest part is just getting them to believe that what they're seeing is going to be possible for a kid or an adult to do. They look through their own eyes at what it looks like. It looks too confusing for them. So there's no way a kid can make this work, or a person with autism. But if they let them try it and let them play with it, and most of those kids and adults can make it work. You see someone signing, or you hear someone speaking Spanish, it can't be easy to look at that and say, well, that looks easy to teach. We try to break it down into steps. How am I going to teach Spanish? And really, if you just expose the people to that Spanish language, and you made their environment rich with it, where people are using it, doing it, they would figure it out without having to be taught. So it's the mystery of how does anybody learn how to communicate?
In the paintings, I do geometric shapes where you can overlap them, and I put it into my feelings in the paintings. I usually listen to radio when I do it, so you can say whenever I hear the songs that come out onto the paintings.
This is my favorite piece of art that Bach's ever done. And I do own it, but I haven't picked it up yet because it looks so good right there in his house.
Well, we were showing a friend of ours about my place and we were drinking, and I had idea. I told John if he wants it, he has to buy it for exchange for a year of rent.
And that's how it happened. He is going to end up on Hoarders, is where he's going to end up.
There's a lot of behaviors people associate with autism, such as not giving eye contact, being stuck in their own world and not really socializing with other people, that you actually see kind of disappear or become lessened when they're able to communicate.
Bach has a really unique way of cutting right to the chase. I had an older car, and it was a convertible Mustang, and I was driving with him in Little Rock here, and I looked over at him, and I was expecting him to be grateful for some reason for riding around in that car. So I said, Bach, what do you think about this ride? And he sat there for a minute, and then he looked at me and he said with his talker, you have a nice family. And I said, thank you, Bach. And he said, that's what I really want. He cut right to the punch and said, that's what's really important. It isn't about this car or anything else. It's about these relationships and your family. It's always meant something to me that Bach's now got a girlfriend that he hopes to marry soon and can achieve those things like you and I do.